And every time I talk about him, I just love talking about him because I just think he's such a brilliant, brilliant centre back, and the kind of centre back I absolutely love. But what he brings on both sides, and I say just the aerial side, is just immense.
Also, sometimes in teams you get a defender that's incredible in the air and a bit of a lump, but they're not necessarily as much of a threat in the opposition box. But for him, he's got it both ways. But not only that, I just love the way he puts pressure on the strikers. So as soon as I mean, he gives away quite a few free kicks. I do notice that.
Yep.
He always usually gets a booking in a game.
It's a little bit, I have to admit, I really had this worry. I thought we were just kind of
yellow.
and I thought he was going to get a second yellow. He took, I can't remember who it was. He took someone out on the edge of the box. And I thought, oh my God, here we go. Ramsey Mark 2.
Yeah, I was a bit worried that he obviously ended up coming off a little bit in the sort of late in the game. It was late, but that was why, probably because they just didn't want a silly second yellow. But no, like every single challenge he makes is always with purpose. He can dribble the ball out. His passing's pretty decent. And then the attacking threat in the air from the opposite end of the pitch is just always there. I love.
I think he's probably Ramsey. I think brings, for me, centre back wise, of that role he's come into. I love Ramsey. I think he's brilliant. But I think Lloyd Jones is probably the most irreplaceable defender we have, because I don't think anyone else. I think there's some good. Look, we've got some really good aerial players, but I just think what he brings. That threat attacking, the threat defensively, the solidity. As we've said in the past, he would definitely be... Doherty's proved me wrong, without doubt, and I feel like an absolute idiot for some of the things I've said in the past. But if I was looking at captain figures in the squad and leaders, he definitely drops into that. And I think when it comes to captaincy as well, I think there's one other thing Jones brings is you don't have to be the captain to also be a leader on the pitch. And I think something that Charlton have been so devoid of over the years is... a voice, is someone who leads the game. And I think there was like the era where like Dobson was considered our voice, and I never think he was really massively that. And actually it's so lovely to see like Greg Doherty does that, Lloyd Jones and other players as well. He just seems we have got a bit more.
It's interesting what you say there, because I know in like American football they have an offensive captain and a defensive captain, and you definitely, if that was the case in football, then he would be our defensive captain. He runs that back line. So yeah,
and I think having those leaders across the pitch is really important.